I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Ok.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Gente, a gente tá preso. Começou assim já começamos preso. Tem gente vindo.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah.
Eu sempre estou
I
calmo.
see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Ok, então. Vamos lá então, chat.
This
Siga o Dr.
is for
Arthur.
patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
O capítulo que a gente tá, gente, é... Verdades, alguma coisa assim, se eu não me engano, chat. Oh! Pode ir? Vai. Será que nos aguarda, hein, nesse capítulo?
From past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
É bonito, hein? Como sempre, a gente não tem nada. Tem arma, tem lanterna. Cada capítulo é uma novidade. Ó, o Monte Everest? Ah, não é? Achei que era, chat.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems
vai chover,
there's a
chat.
storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast.
Ih, vai dar feio.
Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Ih, vai chover feio, chat.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your
Já
recovery.
podemos começar minha jornada de recuperação. Já tô bem já.
Come along. Let's go inside.
Esse tá doido. Certeza.
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Bonito. Bonito, bonito.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson,
Bem louco.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Boo.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on
Elbow
video
strike.
games.
Ooh, yeah.
It's trash, of course, but it does
I'll get
involve
him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Algum problema pra quem joga videogame? Quem trabalha com isso?
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Opa, ler. Onde eu posso ler? Oh. Boas-vindas à pousada Cauldron Lake. Estamos aqui para oferecer o tratamento especializado de que você precisa. No entanto, lembre-se. Peça que amigos e familiares marquem um horário de visita para que não interfiram na sua terapia ou períodos de criatividade. Respeite a privacidade e o espaço pessoal dos outros pacientes, principalmente quando estiverem engajados em seus processos criativos. Seja paciente. Normalmente, nossos pacientes têm problemas criativos duradouros que não serão resolvidos da noite para o dia. Permita-se levar o tempo de que precisar. Lembre-se que o seu tratamento é voluntário e elaborado especificamente para você. A terapia de engajamento e o método associado ao fluxo funcionam melhor quando você está ativamente engajado no processo de moldagem deles. Em caso de dúvida, não hesite em expressá-la. O que eu tô fazendo aqui? Eu não quero!
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
Oh, Night
And
Springs, gente.
these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Esse é o Odinha, dá pra ver, né?
I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head
Os escritos e a assistente de Thomas Zane.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Zane podia sentir os poemas tomando forma, moldando as coisas. Conforme escrevia, ele quase sentia o poder que emergia das teclas da máquina de escrever. Isso o deixava eufórico, porém assustado. Se não fosse por seu jovem assistente Emil, ele teria desistido. Mas Emil o convenceu do contrário. Ele também tinha jeito com as palavras. Ok.
Flaring up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything.
Ô, Bonnie, bom dia, maninha.
More sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Vocês não podem beber.
No. Sorry,
We have a
guys.
stash of the special
Vocês não
stuff
podem
at the
beber, ô
farm.
Dinto.
Our own formula, local ingredients, medicine, clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Ó, chat, pra quem não conhece, esse é o Odin, esse aqui é o Thor, tá? Do mundo moderno de hoje, no manicômio.
Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all, taken from all of us. Took
É,
my thunder, the
incrível.
witch.
Os caras são
And my
fortes.
ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she?
Sério?
What she does.
Que naba.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it
Nossa, mano. Sério,
If
mano.
you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the
Caraca, velho, que naba.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, diseased.
Imagina.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, god damn it.
Ó, eles já falaram tudo que tinha que falar, chat.
So tired. Built the farm close
A gente já
to the
leu.
lake. A place of power.
Viu? Se fosse eu tinha ficado puto pra caramba também. Porra, 4 da manhã, velho. Caramba, velho.
Well,
4 pra cá.
I may need a hand here later on, Burge. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking at
Meu Deus.
Something's wrong.
rowdy.
I'm not
I'll do that,
myself.
Burge.
It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was
Gente, tá eu aí de novo, me encarando pra mim mesmo.
There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Me. Wake.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Ele tá falando comigo. Gente, vai chover. Eu falei, né?
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Ok.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Investiga o tumulto.
I don't
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir.
Opa, uma página aqui, chat. Barry na pousada.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Hatman continuava a falar, mostrando a clínica com um orgulho evidente. Ele tagarelava sem parar sobre seus troféus de caça. Barry ficou impressionado, mas estava ali a negócios. Ele ergueu a voz e interrompeu o monólogo. Hartman, onde está Al? Hartman parou na metade da frase, irritado com a interrupção. Ele acenou para o enfermeiro, corpulento que estava por perto. O homem sorriu e colocou a mão hábil no ombro de Barry. Acho que deu ruim. Deixa eu ver um negócio aqui. Aí, ó. A verdade, tá, chat? Esse é capítulo 4.
Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office room from Sinclair.
Meio, pegou a marreta na cabeça da mulher, chat.
He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Tem mais alguma coisa pra olhar aqui? Porque acho que a gente vai vazar, chat. Sai, sai. Qual construção? Ah, tá. Não é aqui não, gente. Achei que é por ali, chat. Eita, pô.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Peraí, tem coisa aqui, chat. Tem coisa aqui, ó. Aqui, ó. Mais um manuscrito pra gente ler. Morte fracassa com Hatman.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Hatman não estava satisfeito. Morte podia ver em seus olhos. Ele baixou a cabeça rapidamente. Tinha pisado na bola e sabia disso. A vergonha pelo fracasso era difícil de aguentar. Ele não esperava que o Wake dissesse que precisaria de mais tempo e acabou dando um prazo de 2 dias. Menos do que o Wake havia pedido, para mostrar quem estava no comando. Mas isso não fazia parte do plano de Hatman. Vamos reproduzir aqui, chat.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
Ele falou que não, que ela tinha morrido.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very
Ah, isso era antes deles virem pra cá, entendi.
You need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Vamos lá pro consultório do Hetman.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Get out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
É sério isso, cara? Aí eu aí.
I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
Pegar café.
Right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops...
Não devia ter deixado no chat, foi mal.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Eu vi uma arma, hein?
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Isso não é bom, hein? Ah, beleza. Claro que não ia ser bom. Gente. Deu ruim.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan.
Eu vou ter que correr de novo, cara.
When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Hetman viu a cara de Alan Wake com seu binóculo. Quando o escritor caiu na água, ele ordenou que Jack levasse o barco até ele. O local era fácil de se ver no escuro, mesmo com todas as luzes extras do barco. O sinalizador flutuava e queimava mesmo estando na água. Jack aumentou o volume do rádio quando o motor do barco começou a estalar. A música era barulhenta e pesada, um som que certamente agradaria aos irmãos Anderson, mas Hetman decidiu ignorá-la. Wake finalmente estava ao seu alcance. Puta que pariu, nem fudendo, cara. Vai, filho! Ah, nem fudendo, mano. Eu vou morrer, 100%.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ah, morremos, chat, 100%. Toma seu chupinoide lá. Pega! Chati. Ah, meu amigo. Bora de parar e pegar o sinalizador, hein? Chat, eu não sei onde é que eu tenho que ir, chat. What the f... Ah. A missão de Hetman.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Hetman sabia que não era um criador. Ele não tinha ambições quanto a isso e certamente não queria acabar como os artistas com os quais trabalhara, todos abalados de formas difíceis de se escrever ou sofrendo algo ainda pior. Para ele, bastava manter o controle criativo e orientar, ser um produtor. Era disso que a maioria das pessoas precisaria, afinal. Naturalmente, cobaias adequadas eram bem raras. Uma leve impressão, chato, que ele vai quebrar aquilo ali. Vem, quebra. Ai, eu tenho tiro. Ai! Puta que pariu, eu escapei da clínica. Gente, acho que dá pra dar uma volta. Meu Deus do céu, vou lá pegar a garrafa de café. Calma aí, chat. Pegar a garrafa de café aqui, chat. A gente viu café, né? Café a gente não pode desprezar. Café não se despreza, gente. Coloque isso aí. Não se despreza. Vambora, vamos. Já pegamos nosso café do dia. E aí? Ah, legal pra caralho, hein? Puta que nos pariu. Lê. Suspense. É só isso, chat. Será que não parece bem? Nem pareceu que não me parece bem. Meu Deus, é um labirinto, chat. Desculpa, chat. Eita porra, tô falecendo pouco a pouco. Tá. Aí deu ruim. Não atira. Oh, meu pai. Algo me diz que vai vir bucha. Vai vir bucha. Falecendo, mano. Pouco a pouco tá indo.
Including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Eu olhei para a parafernália, viking espalhada pelo local ao redor de uma peça central, inusitada, um palco completo, com um sistema de som impressionante e todo tipo de adorno, incluindo um dragão. Só alguém extremamente maluco construía algo assim em um campo remoto. Quando o céu se abriu com um barulho ensurdecedor e a música começou a tocar, tudo estranhamente fazia sentido. Filho, pra mim nada tá fazendo sentido. Ai, caralho! Puta que pariu, pisar no freio, Zé! Ah, fudeu. Meu amigo. A chat fudeu e já... Meu Deus do céu, fudeu e não foi pouco. Caralho, eu não tenho mais tiro. Pera, já me perdi onde é que eu... Ah, tá ouvindo ali, né? Legal pra caralho, hein? Ah, vai tomar no teu cu, seus cu, filha da puta. Filha da puta! Ai! Meu amigo, eu tô muito na merda, chat. Era um mini boss, eu acho, maninho. Não, esse escova é normal. Mas, tipo, no túnel apareceu isso, mano? Tem que ver o que aparece no túnel, tá ligado? E não o que aparece na tela. Ai, save chat. Ei, porra, pegamos espingarda. Ah, tem que usar o programa, senão não adianta, mano. Por isso que eu te passei lá. Tem que usar.
And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Bot sabia que o Wake era mais inteligente do que ele. Eu não tô usando o programa, mano. O Wake era mais rico, tinha uma esposa bonita, tudo. E Hetman disse que o Wake era alguém importante. Isso o tornava melhor que Mutt. Mas Mutt estava no comando agora. Ele esperava que o Wake se lamentasse e se humilhasse. Mas ele parecia disposto a lutar. Mott sabia que havia irritado o Wake. Se ao menos Mott estivesse com a esposa dele, esse pensamento fez estremecer. Eu só utilizo aquele programa só, o programa só quando eu tô jogando o jogo lá, mano. Fora isso, não uso. Testa, se funcionar, der certo, a gente vê um esquema aí. Eu tenho que gatilho. Meu Deus, eu não tô com nada de balanca. Vai estar cheio de corvo, quer ver? Que beleza. Ah, vai tomar teu cu, sua filha da puta. De onde tu saiu? Cara, vocês querem? Toma. Puta que pariu, tá aqui errado. Morri. Ah, até foi bom ter morrido. Porque eu usei a parada tudo errado. Ainda bem que já salvei aqui já. Que nabo, hein? Eu usei tudo errado. Que estranho, agora eu tô com 12 balas. Não tinha 12 balas antes, tinha, chat? Tem coisa aqui, ó. Vai demorar um pouquinho, mas eu prefiro usar assim, daí não gasta. Aí, show. Opa, onde é que tá a página? Aqui. Barry é atacado por um possuído.
Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Por hora, Barry estava feliz por ter sobrevivido à queda. Ele havia se separado de Al e não tinha como voltar para cima facilmente. Ele disse a si mesmo que ficaria bem na floresta tenebrosa à noite. Ele apenas teria que esperar um pouco até que Al conseguisse descer. Barry se virou quando ouviu passos pesados e viu o movimento. A sombra com forma humana o atacou dos arbustos, brandindo um machado. Barry gritou e ergueu a mão. O mundo explodiu. Bom, tem um save aqui, chat. Me dá. Ilha alcalina. Bala de 12. Tá. Algo me diz que vai ser bem bucha, hein? Desviei, hein? Quase safado, cara. Quer pegar a gente desprevenido, velho. Quando a esmola é muito, o santo desconfia, hein? Quando a esmola é muito, o santo desconfia pra caralho. Né, chat? Você vizinho, um monte de item assim. É muita esmola.
But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan. Hartman
Também acho.
Smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood and barely tasted it.
Hetman absorveu o rosto de Wake e relaxar. O homem certamente era cabeça dura. Mesmo deitado na cama, ele quase quebrara o nariz de Hetman pela segunda vez. Mas com o tempo, ele poderia domar Wake, orientá-lo adequadamente. Wake, de certo, era a cobaia mais promissora que tivera desde Tom, na verdade. Durma bem, Alan. Hetman sussurrou com um sorriso. Eu vou cuidar de você. Ele respirou com força para limpar o nariz, que latejava. Engoliu sangue, mas quase não sentiu gosto. Provavelmente vai ter bicho pra cá, né, cara? Certeza. Chat. Não se preocupa, olha o bicho que tá vindo aí, caceta. Eu falei pra vocês. Meu, vai ter corvo, vai ter... Meu amigo. Você é meu amigo de fé, meu irmão, camarada. Sai. Vai tomar no cu, filha da puta. Ah, fodeu. Morri. Deu ruim, gente. Também fiquei parado também, né? A estratégia não foi boa. Ô, Daisel, bom dia, maninho. A estratégia não foi boa minha. Ficar aqui. Ah, vai tomar teu cu, sua filha da puta. Meu, que cagada da porra. Toma, seus otários. Puta que pariu. Ah, mano, na moralzinha, sério mesmo que ele bateu em mim assim? Caralho, velho! Ah, mano, na moral. Morri. Ah! Caramba, cara, aquele velho... Meu, que bicho miserável, cara. Esse cara demora muito, velho. Esse cara demora muito pra fazer as paradas, velho. Na moral. Oh! Agora eu vou ficar 10 horas de novo, igual que eu fiquei aquela vez no outro gamezinho. Toma. Meu, eu errei. Aí também, né? Não tem o que fazer, né? Jogou que sabe. Ah, pelo amor de Deus, cara. Tava indo bem, cara. Os carinhas tinham ficado aqui, velho. Travado, cara. Porra, esses daí são mais foda, esses grandão, cara, de matar, velho. Mas também, meu, eu tenho que dar nos cornos também, né, mano? Eu errei a parada, né? Fiquei atrapado aqui, chat. Eu esquivei, filha da puta! Eu esquivei, cara. É debochado, né, cara? Caralho, mano, na moral tem um... Ai, cara, que bicho filha da mãe, cara. É 10 horas aqui de novo. Ah, velho. Ah, vai tomar teu cu, seu filho da puta. Ah, já deu ruim pra caralho já. Achei uma moeda! Enfia essa moeda no cu, filha da puta! Aonde essa porra? Ai, não carregou a arma. Mano, eu esquivei, cara. Morri. Não morri ainda. Lá eu morri. Ele parece uma idosa, velho. Isso, os demônios. Caralho. Calma. Calma, chat. Não vamos se desesperar.